Good afternoon to all, respected my colleagues, all over India and all. Good afternoon, madam.
Good afternoon, sir.
I welcome you all for this today's second session. Is about 5 days international webinar, and we have the speakers from outside the country also, and we have the participants all over India and outside the country also. And I welcome you all for this 5 days session. The first day, second session now by Dr. Vasudha Madam, Anurag University. I welcome Madam.
Thank you, sir.
And it proceeds to the Dr. Sridevi.
Good afternoon, everyone. Myself Sridevi, Assistant Professor of Mallarity College of Pharmacy, and I'm much delighted to introduce our today's speaker for the second session, Dr. B. Vasudha Ma'am. Dr. Vasudha Ma'am was presently working as a Dean School of Pharmacy, Anurag University. She completed her PhD from SDNT University, Mumbai. She has 21 years of rich academic teaching and research experience. In total, Madam had published 69 research papers from good Scopus indexed publications. Presently guiding 8 research scholars and 4 have been already awarded. She totally filed 8 patents and 4 were already granted. Also to her credit, has authorized 6 textbooks as well as 4 chapters in textbooks. Ma'am received a sanction grant of more than 65 lakhs for research activities from Department of Health Research and AICTE. She had delivered various invited lectures for refresher courses in JNTUH, Osmania University and Palmuri University. Now I request you, ma'am, to please deliver your session.
Are the slides visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So, a very good afternoon to respected Dr. M. Sudhakar, Principal and Professor of Mallarity College of Pharmacy, the co-convener, the organizing committee, and faculty members. So I'm very pleased to give you a talk about the artificial intelligence. Now, if you see the artificial intelligence, it is a very upcoming theme, and I think that Mallarity College of Pharmacy has done a good work, like giving you, like, you know, the FDP on this artificial intelligence. Now, here and there, you can hear about artificial intelligence, artificial ML, machine learning, and all these things. So the importance of artificial intelligence is not only with the software related or IT people, but it is very useful in the area of pharmaceutics, like, you know, in the field of pharmaceutical world also. So this artificial intelligence, it plays a very important role where you can see the traditional drug discovery, where it involves lots of cost, lot years of development of a lead drug to take to the final stage. So here artificial tool in pharmaceutical industry is really, it is a boon to the drug discovery and development, where it will help the industry to develop various research drugs and bring this the tremendous time and cost to a very lower level. So this is how the artificial intelligence, you can see there are various tools available in different aspects. So here, when we are learning the artificial intelligence, we have to be well aware of the various algorithms also. So today's FDP, I'll be covering, these are some of the topics which I will be dealing with. That exactly what artificial intelligence, what are the subsets of these artificial intelligence, what is this neural networks of AI, Then the machine learning of these artificial intelligence, it is categorized into supervised and unsupervised. Then how artificial intelligence will be utilized in the drug development and drug formulation, and what are the various big pharma which are involved in collaborative works of this artificial intelligence, and finally the AI in the oral dosage forms. So these are the various things which will be sealing. So to start with, I would like to give a quote which is told by Fifi Lee, co-director of Stanford Institute for Human-Centered Artificial Intelligence, and also he is a professor at Graduate School of Business, where he told that artificial intelligence is not a substitute for human intelligence. It is a tool to amplify human creativity and ingenuity. So when at the end of this FDP, you will definitely understand the meaning of this code, saying that this is not a substitute for the human intelligence, but human works or their brains or their intervention will be taken into consideration, because artificial intelligence is a tool where we'll be utilizing the human intervention to utilize this tools. So human intervention is very much required. This is what the code says about. To us, already I have told you what is artificial intelligence is nothing but the human intelligence which is put into the machines, and then we see these various tools or algorithms which are very much useful for us. Like whenever we have a very large data with us, we want this data to be worked upon, to be within a few hours or within a few days. Then artificial intelligence comes into boom. So like that, artificial intelligence, it is there in the drug discovery, it is there in the clinical trials, where it helps us to give a personalized medication or treatment. So this artificial intelligence is in pharma is changing the way how pharma breathes. Like day to day, the tools are getting updated, the technology is coming into being. As I've told you already, that this traditional drug discovery, if you see, it is literally taking a long time. So people do not want to invest so much amount of time and money. They want a very fast drug discovery with minimal cost involved in it, wherein these tools of AI, like artificial neural networks, which I'll be telling you in my further talk, like how they will be utilized and how we will be working upon this. So this drug discovery and drug development, we have all trained algorithms and models which will be helping us to get feasible solutions in this drug development. So this AI can perform the research on the drug development platform and give us a very feasible, simple solutions, which the traditional drug discovery will take a very long time. As well as this artificial intelligence, it is be very useful in the clinical drug discovery. Why clinical drug discovery? Because in the clinical drug discovery, basically we want people of right genetic data to be considered. So this AI is helping for streamlining the design. It is helping to take correct a patient of genetic person, so that a right number of trials can be done without doing any duplication. So right patients are being chosen in the clinical trials based on their genetic information, and with this we are able to streamline the design, get appropriate data analysis, patient recruitment process. So all these process, also the large data which we are able to get with this analysis, we are able to analyze by using this machine learning techniques. So wherein the data will come into an appropriate action, so that we are able to do the research. So this artificial intelligence is helping you in drug discovery, it is helping you in drug development, it is helping you in clinical trials. Also it is helping you in manufacturing processes, like manufacturing processes, any manufacturing data is there, any breakdown of the machines are there, it is able to detect those machines, get right sighted. So like this artificial intelligence, it has got numerous applications. So we artificial intelligence, for that, the first important aspect, what I feel like in the pharmaceutical, we should be well aware with some of the Python knowledge. If we want these tools to know us, for us to learn those tools, we should be aware of this Python. Then only we will be able to run this artificial tools. Without knowing these tools, like nowadays, all the faculties, we are involved in the paper publications. So in this paper publication, I have like you can do this AI wherein lot of experimental work can be reduced, and then finally you can filter off and do last 1 2 experimental works. So it is a very boon, I feel, that in the part of the research, where it is going to help us in number of ways. So with the next part, what I would like to tell is about artificial intelligence and what are the subsets of these artificial intelligence. So this artificial intelligence, basically, it is having two subsets. That is, one subset is machine learning, that is ML, and another is deep learning, that is DL. So this artificial intelligence, it combines the human behavior and intelligence into machines. That is why it is called the term artificial intelligence. Now, what is this machine learning? Is nothing. It is a subset of artificial intelligence where we are going to use whatever methods you have done previously. That data you're going to automate with the help of this analytical model building. So it is the experiences which you are going to collaborate or you are going to mix with the analytical model building. And another subset of this artificial intelligence is deep learning. So deep learning, deep talks, there are different algorithms which are available. So this is deep learning is nothing, but there is a multi-layer computational data. Whatever you're going to get is through multi-layer neural networks and processing. So this artificial intelligence, it has got a very significant relationship with the data science, because we are going to get lots of data, and which we are going to process it or extract it to get a suitable solution to any problem. That is why in the current world, it is a powerful computational engine to contribute to technology driven automation and intelligent systems. So these AI based are going to help us in the real world application field, depending upon whatever problem we have in the pharmaceutical industry. So these deep learning and machine learning tools are also very important in our in the pharma drug development, as it is going to help us in each processes. Like for example, in chemistry, you want a particular target to be validated, you have numerous databases which are available into it. So with that, you're going to click the targets, and that particular targets you'll be further processing with the help of the artificial neural networks. Each and every process, there is an algorithm available. Algorithm is nothing but a type of a tool. That's why this artificial intelligence is come into the aspect to bring down this very what you can call it as like large data. You want it to be processed into a very simpler, into very smaller. Then this AI is coming into the aspect. So I think now coming to the next part is that of an artificial neural networks. So I think like everyone are aware of what these neurons are. So neurons are nothing but electrochemical cells where they receive the signals from one neuron and they transmit it to the other part. So this artificial neural network, this is nothing but a multi-layer functional units. Now, as if you see in this diagram, this neural networks, it is having different layers. Like it has got an input layer, it has got an hidden layer, it has got an output layer. So these neurons layers will help in the transmission of these pulses or these electrical pulses, and we will be giving you a particular input data into this ANN that will be processed at the hidden layers, and then it will come out as an output like Y. So X1, X2, and X3 are the input variables, and the output you will be seeing it in the form of the Y. So between these layers, there are various nodes. Nodes similar like in the human, which has the a node at every neuron, which helps in the transmission of the signal. So this component in artificial neuron, it is termed as the perceptron, which is able to process the data and give you the definite output. So this is a very important aspect in case of the formulation, where neural networks help us in organizing or designing a formulation and give us appropriate results, similar like design of expert, where we need to fill in the data and we'll be getting an output from this. So coming up to the next part, that is the machine learning. I think rather than pharmaceutics, it is more of an IT type, because this AI is more related to the functional units of algorithms, where we have to be very clear with some of the basics IT related structures like Python and everything. If we are aware of this, these tools are very easy to perform ourselves. So this machine learning, it is like categorized into two states. One is supervised learning and another is unsupervised learning. So so what is this supervised learning and what is this unsupervised learning? So supervised learning is nothing but your whatever the network is there, you're going to give it a particular guidance, like you are going to put a labeled data into it. So this labeled data set is already known in case of the supervised learning. So this network is given you have a labeled input, whereas the unsupervised learning, we do not have any labeled output. Your labeled data set is not given. So in case of the supervised learning, if you see this slide, next slide, you will have a more understanding of this. Oh, it is not good. So in this case, we are going, the particular algorithm is going to be trained, like it is a label data set. So what we are going to do, the algorithm, we are going to map it with the input data. We are going to analyze the pattern and the relationship, and then finally you'll get a labeled output. It means that here the data is labeled. It is given a particular guidance, or already it is feeded. For example, like DOE, when you're going to perform a DOE, you will be having the different factorial design. So just you will put the data, as per the data you will have that particular runs or that number of formulations, you'll be getting the output. So this is already, the data has been labeled and put it to it so that these particular training, it will give you and this type of SL is very useful in case of the formulation purposes. So this application of this supervised learning is that it will basically predict the activity and properties of the new drug candidates. Like whenever you want a particular patterns or relationships between the molecular structures and desired outcomes, it will help you to know the activity, the potency, the toxicity, and the newer compounds, and help in drug discovery and design. Whereas in predictive maintenance and quality control, like you want any model, like suppose any equipment failure is there, then this particular or any product quality deviations is there, any abnormalities are there, this algorithm can be utilized to click to let us know that any deviations are occurring from the regular process, or any abnormalities, any defects are there, it will let us know. Next is that of a drug target identification. As already I have told you that like various tools for genetic, proteomic, transcriptic relationships are available. So this model will learn the patterns and will identify the potential targets for further investigation. So we know that particular genetic material is there. What is the drug response to it? Or what is the disease progression model is there? It will check its pattern and it will let us know what potential targets are being available for the further investigation. So it has got a lot many other applications also. It is like in case of the clinical trials, it will able to diagnose the disease and as well as let us know the prognosis. Then also in the adverse event detection, this this supervised learning algorithms help us to identify and classify the various like adverse events, A or B, whatever with the drugs are there, it will help to identify them and recognize the potential safety signals in the detection or characterization of the events. And this also is the last one is that of the clinical trials. It will help to select the right patients, right treatment, personalized treatment, and trial outcomes with which you will have a very significant patient response will be there, good treatment efficacy will be there, the safety outcomes will be good. So all these optimization of patient selection up to the final stage will be carried out with the help of this supervised learning. So that part what I have told you is with respect to that of the supervised learning. Next is that of the unsupervised application. In the unsupervised, as I would like to show you in the following diagram, you can see the input data is there. It is both, you can see here apple as well as oranges, which is an unlabeled data. Whereas in the supervised, we had a labeled data. So when this is being processed to an algorithm, and after processing, you will find out the data in the form of clusters of apples and the clusters of oranges. So this is nothing but an unsupervised machine learning where this particular data has been processed and the output is given in a very well defined manner, like for us to give a significant result. So this is an unsupervised machine learning where here you can see an unlabeled data is being processed. Whereas in the supervised learning, we had a labeled data. So this is the difference. So basically in the unsupervised, we'll be having the different algorithms. Algorithms are nothing but the tools which are involved in the artificial intelligence, where they will be grouping the data points which are into similar aspects in one group. So this is particularly useful in target identification, in patient stratification, in clinical trials, or identifying distinct class of compounds or diseases. Next is that of a reduction. So reduction, it is also called as dimensional reduction. This is nothing but a dimensional reduction where basically we are going to use PCA. PCA is nothing but principal component analysis. So what this PCA is going to do, it is going to reduce, like you have a very high dimensional data, or you can say a very complicated data. So you will be reducing that complex data into a very simpler form by using this PCA. This is one of the tools which is involved in it. So without changing the meaningful information, you will be like having the available information. So this can be used in various pharmaceutical data like gene expression data, drug activity profiles, and imaging data. For example, I would like to give a very simple example. Like, how is that? Like, we have, suppose you want in some simpler way, that you want a data set of a consumer behavior to be known to us. What we can do is we can check the consumer behavior who has got a lot of purchasing habits. You can have the statistics of this, or who is engaged with which consumer behavior is being approached on the website, or the engagement with the website of the consumer. You can detect that. So this is nothing but a simpler, which I've giving you an example, other than pharmaceutical, where this dimensional reduction can be utilized. Another one is that of an anomaly detection. Anomaly itself will tell you that you want any of the unusual pattern to be detected in any of the data. Then we use this anomaly detection. So it is basically used for detecting the adverse drug events, any potential or safety concerns, or uncovering any data quality issues. And another is an association rule mining. So this association rule mining will help you to understand or to discover interesting relationships or association between the items in a data set. So this can be applied to understand the various drug-drug interactions, adverse drug event, or a co-occurrence patterns between medical conditions and medications. So these is what. So first important for us is to understand what is AI, what is ML, what is deep learning. After understanding this, then we have to understand, like, for a particular aspect, whether we want to use a supervised ML machine learning, or whether we want to go for an unsupervised learning. And in that, there are various algorithms or various tools available for each aspect. And we have to see that with which tool we will get a beneficial response, or with which tool we will get a proper response that is most. So this is just a table wherein like you will be seeing the different machine learning, deep learning, clustering, dimensional reduction. So this SVM, support vector machine, it will help you to understand the formulation variables, what excipient for a formulation you want a composition, how the parameters you want to process, and you can check the drug release profiles. Another is KNN, neural networks, which it is particularly useful in the drug discovery to understand the toxicity prediction, pharmacokinetics, and formulation optimization. Another one is a random forest neural network. It will also give you drug-drug interactions, pharmacovigilance. These are some of the things. So depending upon your requirement, you can use either one tool, or you can combine one or two tools. So these tools are available, and with these tools, you can also perform your research work, which will be a more authenticated one. And only the thing is, we should be knowing to how to operate this particular tools. So this all these tools are available, but I think these are licensed ones. So if we are able to utilize these tools, we can do our research in a much more professional way. So now coming to the next part of this artificial intelligence in the drug development. So as I've told you that artificial intelligence has a major role in drug discovery, in drug development, then in product manufacturement, in quality assurance QC, in manufacturing, in product developing, in clinical trials. So it has got a varied roles. So all the tools whatever tools I have shown you in the previous slides, these tools can be applied in this drug discovery pattern. When we come in first, we will go with that of the application in the dosage form. If you see the human body, it has got several compartments. So for it is very important for the drug to pass through this compartment in order to for it to be available, or in order for the drug to be distributed. It is very important that the drug should be distributed either through active or passive, like a facilitated diffusion. And so there are various in silico models which are available, which predict the distribution of the drug through the computational analysis. But when we see that we do this study with the in vivo, when we try to correlate, we see that whatever we have predicted and what the in vivo studies are being doing, there is a large difference between it. So we have to see that, we have to correlate that. So it is very important that a drug's interaction with the biological component and the availability of the drug in the biological environment has a great impact on the drug's fate in the body. So for that, it is very essential we should have prepare a suitable delivery system wherein the particular drugs is being permeated by the membrane transport through the to an active target. So here we are required to study the pharmacokinetic parameters also, and also the major loophole is here the prediction of these preclinical models. When we try to correlate with in vitro to the in vivo, there is a lacuna or there is a major gap in it. So nowadays, this AI has come into being to give us a more refinement, more simulation, more type of prediction, which is closely where the parameters are closely associated, or where the correlation, whatever is there, there is a little gap in between in vitro and in vivo. So for that, it is very essential that we should have an AI training where a proper understanding of this drug and biological interaction is very essential. So as I've already told you, there are various databases which are available, which will help us in this drug designing, for us to know the target protein structure, wherein the drug and the protein interaction can be seen. And with this, we can synthesize a number of molecules which are having the required physicochemical parameters. And then these methods can, after the formulation, can be used to study the pharmacokinetics of the drug for an effective understanding of the disposition and toxicity of these molecules. So newer approaches are being made available to design this quality attributes, critical quality attributes, and studying their effects on the various experiments. So this is with respect to that of the drug discovery, where it is a very important. Second is with respect to that of the market positioning. So where exactly market is, how the market will be covering, and the costing of the products, all these aspects, there are various tools which are being available with which we can predict the costing. We can take out the costing of this and a number of aspects well, large number of important works can be done with this. Next is that of the benefits of the AI with respect to that of the clinical trials. Like in the clinical trials, where we have the patient data, pharmacokinetic data, and complex data. So we want the possible selection of best active pharmaceutical agent against that patient or disease or against the particular aspects. So AI is able to identify that particular molecular entity. So like this, AI is being available with the number of databases with the required information. So we can have a very excellent self-supervised experimental data and parameter recording in case of clinical trials also. In case of next is that with that of the automated manufacturing. Here, with the help of the AI, we can have the tools which will help us in the proper manufacturing of this, any malfunctioning in the machines, any defects in the machines. All these aspects can be very critically being identified. And also in of all these is that in case of the pharmaceutical development, if you see that there is a quality structure property relationship, computational technique which is available. Basically, whenever we go for the formulation, we see that number of solubilities issues are there, then instability issues are there. So there are some decision making rule based algorithms which will help you to know exactly. Now, if you are aware, when you become aware with the physicochemical characteristics of the drug, this algorithm will let you know what type of excipients you have to use in the formulation so that they become compatible with it, so that you will come to know whether you want to modify the process or whether you want to change the particular excipients so that there is a compliance in your formulation. So overall you can see that artificial intelligence, it is helping you in getting a very important aspect in case of the drug development, starting from drug discovery through drug formulation, in the clinical trials, in the manufacturing, in quality assurance and quality control, and product manufacture. So overall it is helping in each and every aspects. So this is in case of the drug discovery, where I've already told you that various tools, it will help you to identify the targets, the various pathways involved in it. It will help you in the virtual screening. Like various libraries are available. It will help you to identify the molecules with high probability. It will go and bind to the specific target. And finally, it will help you to guide the structural activity relationship with which the drug having the good activity will be selected. So these are all the processes, the de novo synthesis, where we do the synthesis of the drugs by using the generative models. Then the drug can be optimized, where the optimization tools are available like generative AI, where we can check the safety, pharmacokinetics and everything. And also the drug repurposing. Nowadays, if you see already the existing drugs, we need to check whether it has got any activity. So these can be done by using these AI tools, where new potential therapeutic interventions can be checked. Then there is one tool called as a deep tox tool. With this, you can check the toxicity of the molecules, and finally, you can optimize this drug design process. So all these processes by a traditional method, it takes a very huge or a large amount of time. Also, large amount of data has to be worked upon. Whereas with this AI, it takes very few days and very less time and very less cost. So that is the importance of this AI. So one more, there is a tool called as a rule-based algorithms, which we are going to use in combination with that of the model expert system. So wherein what we do is that basically we check what is, it's an hybrid model. So whatever, you take an example, here I have taken the example of piroxicam drug. So we want the drug to be prepared any formulation. It may be a tablet, it may be a capsule, or it may be any type of the formulation. We want to see what is the solubility pattern, what is the stability pattern. So when you put that particular, in the expert system, this particular data which is involved with it, and when you combine with this the artificial neural networks, it will deliver all the recommendation, all the solubilization, all the excipients which you have to take with the specific range, and what has to be mixed with it. So this will be really helping you in the formulation with the drug development system. So various mathematical models of computational fluid dynamics, discrete element modeling, finite element method are available. So they will help you particularly to check what is the flow property of the particular formulation you have made, what are the pre formulation parameters you need to be studied. So this all this computational fluid dynamics is a very important aspect. What is the shape of the tablet you want it, how the shape of the tablet it is going to affect the disintegration pattern. So this integrating mathematical models with the AI will really have a very huge impact on the rapid manufacturing of the pharmaceutical products. So with using all these tools, really you will feel that this drug development process is going to be refined into a more systematic way, and with a less amount of the time. So another formulation which I have given here example is that of a SNEDS. If you see the SNEDS, it is nothing but a mixture of oil, drug, surfactant, and co-surfactant, where we are particularly going to see how we are going to have a ternary phase diagram, and then we are going to evaluate for a more stable thermodynamic formulation. Why we want these particular SNEDs is that we want to see that the drug is properly bioavailability, where we give a more aspect of the drug bioavailability to see that the drug is properly absorbed into the GI tract. So they have various advantages of physical stability, ease of production, and ease to address this bioavailability issues. So wherein we have these neural networks, which neural networks, when you are combining with this particularly with this mathematical model, which I will be telling you is that of a molecular dynamic simulation. So what this molecular dynamic simulation is nothing but it is a computational aid which is going to help in designing a formulation with more it is when you are combining this surfactant, co-surfactant, and this, it is a very difficult task. Number of formulations will be prepared. It is very difficult for us to know which formulation is going to give what type of results. But with this molecular dynamic simulation, you are going to select various oils which are involved in the formulation, and the particularly this pseudo ternary phase which you have experimentally constructed, it will validate that which phase is a more stabilized phase, and which is giving you a better bioavailability. And that is why the prediction of this in vitro and in vivo correlation comes into aspect. So we want like whatever results we are having with this molecular dynamic simulation, it should be correlated with the in vivo. So when we are going to use this molecular dynamic simulation with AI, with neural networks, that is artificial neural networks, we get a very refined results, and that results it can be correlated with the in vivo aspects. That's why it is a using the tools. First, when we used to do this tool without only by taking this computational, then when we are checking the in vivo correlation, I have told you larger gap was being found. But when we have combined this computational fluid dynamics with the ANN, whatever the correlation of in vitro and in vivo was there, the gap was reduced. There was a more of correlation between in vitro and in vivo studies. So just to brief you about, this is not only theoretically happening, but practically if you see from 2020, or not from 20, I think from 2015 onwards, many companies, not simple companies but very MNCs, they are utilizing this AI platform in their drug discovery modeling, wherein Novartis, you can see it has it has been using this AI in a very large aspect, and it has partnered with Microsoft to have a good access to the cost and the health outcomes. Another one company, that is Janssen, it is combining exploring AI, and it is coordinated with the drug discovery development in case of clinical trials, diagnosing diseases and giving the services of optimization of clinical trials, improving the care and outcomes. Another company is AstraZeneca, which has partnered with OncoShot in 2021 to match the patients in basically in case of oncology, on oncological drug discovery is going on. And similarly, AstraZeneca is still doing it is in pipeline. Some of the 5 targets it is working on. 2 of the targets are in the chronic kidney disease and 3 are in the pulmonary fibrosis. So there is a large partnership with that of the AstraZeneca. Of all this, you can see that AstraZeneca is purely working on this AI. So in 2015, almost if you can see the statistics, which I happen to see, is that the AI market was to US dollars 200 million. In 2018, it was 700 million. And in 2024 to 25, it is expected to grow 40% high. That is almost, it is reported to grow some $5 billion. So there is a huge investment in this AI. So you can see the various companies who have collaborated with the other MNCs companies and purely working with respect to case of the drug delivery. Like Pfizer, if you can see, it has collaborated with XTPI for the screening computer models as well as vaccine. In case of large trials are going with respect to that of the cancer studies. Novartis, it has doing computational screening for generative chemistry and image segmentation as well as personalized drug delivery. Roche, it is collaborated with Ovkin for clinical trials. Meteon, it is collaborated with Point R for basically all gliomas, cancer-related drugs discovery. Bayer, it is with Sensine Health and Exscientica for doing various analytics like large databases. You want it to be simplified into a very simple aspects, getting large patient data which have to be worked. So like this, Sanofi is also using the same for cancer and immune-mediated diseases. So these are all the leading pharmaceutical firms and their connections with the AI, particularly with related to cancer, cardiovascular, and CNS. These are the large platforms being used by this big pharma companies. So there is a tremendous market in the future. Like you can see, there are lots of scopes in case of pharmaceuticals along with this. So this is one formulation. Another example, so this is a pharmaceutical sector where we can, this is a small algorithm where we can use this user interface and interference engine and knowledge base for knowing, like, you can collaborate this. And this is called as an if. The side on the user one is called as an if, and the side on the other dark side, it is called as a then. So whatever input you give, it gets related with that of the then, and then you will get a very good what I can call it as a production cost, the process, the active medication, all these can be obtained with this rule-based system. So it is a very a useful tool with which a number of works of the pharmaceutical product development can be done. So this is known as a production system or an expert system in case of the AI. So like you want what particular type of excipients you want to use in the formulation, that rule will help you. But you should have the database having what are the different excipients, what are the physical characteristics, physiochemical requirements you have to specify. That engine will utilize that information and give you the specified formulation. Then this formula can be utilized to produce the product, and you can optimize this product by feeding it into the system. So this is one of the tool which is called as a formulation with the rule based system, which gives you a very strategic information of the formulation, starting with the excipients, its process, its optimization, its manufacturing, the equipment to be used, the equipment processing, the equipment breakdown, the product to be intervened into the market. Then, so all these aspects you can be controlled with this formulation with the rule-based system. So this is the oral dosage form where you can see this. Like generally in the traditional way, you take the drug, you do the geometry of the drug, you do the UV analysis, then you do the various tests. So all these processes you can see, it is a very time consuming process. But when you are going to do the same formulation, when you are combining with the ANN is nothing but artificial neural networks, and also you are going to take off SVM, support vector machine, pharmaceutical automated technique, and regression trees. You will be having the complete aspects, the complete information of the drug, where you will be having the proper properties of the drugs. And here the more aspect or more importance is given to the particle size, as that is the main important aspect in the oral dosage form. So by using all these techniques, you will be having a formulation with a very good aspects, and chances of the formulation getting passed through all the quality control tests is more refined into it, because of which it will be having a better compliance. And also all these processes, it takes very less time, a very less amount also involved. Only here is that here the requirement is that we should have this artificial intelligence tools, and these tools are specific for specific process. So for selection of excipients, we require a different tool. For preparation, for optimizing, we require a different tool. For particular studying the particle size, we require a different tool. For particular clinical studies doing, we require a different tool. So that is an important aspect. As tablets are the more important, or you can say solid dosage forms are the most important. It will help you in the manufacturing and facilitating whatever type of glidants, lubricant, diluents you want in that particular process. So you have to investigate the effects on the crucial processing parameters, and we will be also able to identify the defects which are found in the tablet with the help of this exotic computed topography. So the prediction of the drug release through the formulation can also be done through this tool, and we can do both the in vitro as well as the in vivo, where prediction forms a very important aspect role. So all these methods of support vector machine, PAT, can be process analytical technology and critical attributes can be made. So this is a very important application of artificial intelligence in the oral dosage form. Like this, we can apply for different, for parenteral, for liquid dosage, for semi-solid dosage form. So this are a very important aspect in the drug development process. So with this, I would like to tell like AI forms a very important aspect in the oral dosage form, having very important networks like neural networks, fuzzy logics, and neural networks, which will be able to predict the solid dosage forms deliverables with using genetic algorithms where we want the particular type of product with the different excipients can be known. Then we can do the various disintegration dissolution to meet the specific targets of the target population. We can do the prediction of drug release through the formulation by checking the tablet hardness, geometric aspects of the tablet, and drug loading characteristics. So it has to get a very optimized batch. Whereas in the normal method, it is a very tedious and a very time consuming method. So this are again the different models, ANNS, SVM, and PAT, which can help for the drug release profile and dissolution profile and explore the disintegration time for effective selection of the batch for further scale processing when we do the study in a small pilot plant scale up. And also this drug release predictions can further indicate what is the particle size distribution, which is a very critical factor which has to be considered. Then we can also see the defective tablet surface crack analysis in combination with XRT, that is computed tomography X-ray with AI for checking the modules. So this is a very important aspect of the AI in the oral dosage form. So this is the big pharma already have told. So the next important question comes is that can this AI replace humans in the pharma sector? No, definitely not. There is a big saying that if AI is introduced into the formulation sector or in any sector, lot of jobs will be gone or lot of unemployment will be left. But definitely not. AI, it is nothing algorithm, which is basically it is of the human brain. So this automation, like we require a particular skilled scientist to work with this automation. So human brain is definitely required. So we cannot have any AI person to look up. We require human intervention is very required. So AI training data sets are never static. We definitely require the human intervention into it. So that is why we cannot say that AI replace the humans in the pharma sector. Definitely, we require the humans in the pharma sector. So I have this small clicking in one of the article where they said that AI can replace 35% of UK jobs in next 10 to 20 years when a particular survey was conducted. No, it is not possible because this automation cannot be included in our regulator. Yeah, but it will be a help wherein the data, a large data can be done into a shorter one and into a faster way. So there are a lot of regulatory issues available with this. So it is still in the working condition and it is still to be worked upon. So the pharmaceutical industry, it cannot be fully automated. This AI can just assist humans but cannot replace them. So can AI replace humans in the pharma sector? Definitely AI cannot replace, but it can assist humans in the pharma sector to make this drug discovery or formulation process a more easier and a more simpler one. So finally, coming up to the conclusion, that AI, it is a very important in this era, as it is rapidly expanding and still there is a huge market for it, with lot of benefits to the industry and particularly for the drug discovery industry, where large data needs to be worked upon, optimized upon. And the prospectus for this is more and more coming for identifying the new targets, like in the chemistry section where new targets, lots of hits, lots of targets can be worked. Then in clinical trials with drug interactions, patient populations to be benefited from the treatment. So AI systems become more advanced and they can stimulate the biological systems more accurately and will be an efficient and targeted drug development and personalized medicine. So the role of AI in pharmaceutical formulation and development is really and what you can say eye-coming opener to us. So with this, we can tell what is the strength of this AI and how it can unlock the various complex diseases into a more simpler one and giving an effective treatment and improving the patient outcomes on a global scale. So AI is playing a very important role in all the aspects in all the era. So this is what to speak it in pharmaceutical aspects. If you just see that AI is more of an algorithm, so more of people with IT are able to understand this AI related algorithms, but at the same time they require a people with a pharma background to work upon it. That is why there are lots of opportunities, new companies are taking the people who are having a good experience in this AI. So I think then this for the new upcoming students or the faculty, we can just learn some of these terms and also guide as students in this aspects. It will be really useful. And secondly, when we go out for the publications, instead of doing large number of experimental work, we can reduce that experimental work with this general algorithms or tools which are available at free of cost, and then do a very fine experimental studies and get good publications at a very good rate, or you can say at a very fast rate. So with this, I thank you all for patience listening. And I don't know how many, like it's exactly of 2 o'clock and after lunch, how many of you have understood. And it's more of I have taken the help of my artificial intelligence faculty who are there in Anurag, like engineering department, like they had taught me some of these algorithms, so I learned some of them. So with this, if you have any questions, you can. Thank you once, one and all.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your valuable educational session. It is really informative for our delegates, especially about how the AI is streamlining the design in clinical trials, about the artificial neural networks, about the supervised and unsupervised machine learning, and also the role of AI in pharmaceutical formulations. They are really informative, ma'am. Thank you so much. So I request our delegates to proceed with their questions. So actually, we have a question from Narendra sir, ma'am.
Yeah.
Shall I proceed?
Yes. Yes.
Ma'am, Narendra sir have a question that how different is ANN than optimization by design expert?
ANN, it is directly you will be getting more refined of data. Design of experiment, again you'll be doing the tools, again you have to do the trial, 16 runs, 18 runs, again the refinement of ANN. With this, it will be reducing that more refined work you will be getting. What like with a very design of experiment, it is on the similar terms, but this ANN on a platform, it will be giving you more refined data as compared to that of the when we are increasing the number of experiments, like you can say excipients or number of things, what happens is with the DOE, it goes to 18, 30, 35 formulations, whereas with the ANN, that will be decreased. You'll be having a reduced number of trials which you have to do. With the design, when we are going to increase the excipients, what happens is that the runs becomes 40, 45 if you increase the excipient. Whereas this ANN, it's not that. It's a more of a standardized way. You'll get a more definite results.
Okay, ma'am. So we have another question from Pavan Rathi. What are the softwares by which we can run the AI tools?
There are many softwares, but I think all are licensed. Very many softwares are that. For us, for that understanding, I just check. We should have a Python understanding. Right? I if you know the Python, then only we can do these various tools. Deep talks, number of tools are available which are there, but all these I think maximum are licensed. These are all come in a licensed version. As you see, DOE, it comes with a licensed version. These are all what you can call it as a licensed version. It's not easily accessible. That is the reason we are just doing it theoretically more rather than practical ability. But when you go into the drug discovery companies, they are particularly using these tools day in and day out.
Okay, ma'am. So we have another question also from Pradipti, ma'am. So which AI tools can be used for research on nano carriers and also on rectal cancer, also the liposomes?
ANN, artificial neural networks. This is particularly using for optimization of the formulations, wherein we put about different excipients, which goes through the layers and gives you an optimized output.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, thank you so much, ma'am. The session is very interactive. And once again, we thank from our MRCP team.
Thank you.
Ma'am.
Thank you, madam. Thank you all.
I request all the delegates to please fill up the feedback form, which will be posted in our WhatsApp group. And tomorrow, let's join again for the second day of our FTP. Thank you. Have a great day.